I want to show you how you can get a competitive edge over your competition by utilizing AI brains and knowledge bases within your company. So the idea from this is to basically automate and systemize as much of your processes as possible, reduce lag and time in your business. You can use it on a customer facing or you can also use it internally in any way that you like. So essentially what we're creating here is a brain, an AI brain that can understand everything about our business. It has access to multiple nodes. It has access to all of the data that we use day to day in our business. So that can be, for example, the blue ones here could be your website. These could be transcripts that you've copied or downloaded from your internal training videos. And these could be SOPs, like you've got PDFs or you've got documents all over the place that you use internally to train up new employees. And what you want to do is you want to find a way of getting this information to the end user as quickly as possible. You know, the more efficiently that you do things, the better the result will be, the more money your business will save, the more money you will then make, and the more time you can spend on important things. So how do we actually do this using artificial intelligence? And it all comes down to basically creating what's called an AI knowledge base. So essentially we are creating a bank of all of this information into one place, and we can then extract the relevant information. We can set permissions, or we can build a system around who can access bits of data, and we just then need to plug in a system that allows us to communicate with this data. And there's basically no better way of doing this than with a chatbot. So obviously you can do things like this using custom GPTs. So for example, if we were to build a custom GPT, we can essentially give it a name, some custom instructions, and then we can upload some files. But the problem we've got with custom GPTs is we can't really upload a lot of files. We can only upload 20 PDFs, and we're very limited in the file size limit, how many files we can upload. The other problem is you're basically giving your information directly to OpenAI. So a lot of businesses don't want to do this. The good news is with the GPT is you get a shareable link that you can send out to your teammates. But what we really want is a system that we can, for example, especially if we're scraping our website, we can actually use this information. We can give this information quickly to our customers. Once our customers can access this information quicker, get answers to their questions quicker, we can then hopefully convert more of them into paying customers. So that is essentially the end goal. And what I've done is I've taken a group of these and I've described how we can do this basically using chatbots that we can build and customize in our own way. So for example here, I'll change these colors so it's easier and it matches more. But this would be our website, for example. And what we want to do is we want to hook up certain bits of our data to certain chatbots that we can then embed into different parts of our product. So say for example, so we've got, for example, our website at the top, right? And this is where most of our traffic comes in to the top of our funnel. We've got all of our information about what our business does, how we can help people. Maybe you've got pricing or you've got products or FAQs, all sorts of things. This is sort of in this bin here. Then we've got our product. So in this case, I've just labeled this a course. This could be a digital product, it could be a physical product, it could be anything. And then obviously we've got our internal processes, right? These are things that we run in our business. For example, we've got SOPs and systems that we use and how we actually operate. So what we kind of want is we want a system that's going to allow all our customers, right? So the customers are only the ones who are actually going to get the information they want from the site, and then they will purchase and they will basically pay for your product. We want these customers to be able to access information as quickly as possible. So what we're basically doing is we're taking from our knowledge base, right? We're taking this information here and we're setting it up with a specific chatbot that can only read this information from this data. So this chatbot now has access to all of this data from our website. So we could have an FAQ page, we could have our refund policy, terms and conditions, blog pages and all sorts, product pages. And all of this information is now fed to the chatbot. So for example, if a customer comes into your business and they want to be able to get a question on what exactly it is your business does, right? You can see here in this example, I've asked what is ChatIQ, which is the software that we'll be using to build all of this. And it gives us a detailed breakdown. We can then adjust this information if we don't like the response, and we can control how the AI will analyze and interpret this data and how it will actually display this data to our customers. So it can do a lot of things in terms of giving people information, but it can also semi-automate your customer support. So for example, right, let's say we have all of our customers are coming in, right? And they can read all the information about our website. But let's say, for example, there is one of these and it's missing. You've got this file on your website, or you've got a page on your website that's missing that you haven't got information, or there's information that you don't know you need to give to your customers, but they need answers to. You can now very quickly determine what problems your website has and what information is lacking from your website just by actually analyzing and looking at the conversations that people are having with your website. So for example, right, if somebody comes in and they ask a question and your knowledge base doesn't include data that can help them make a decision on that question, what will happen is the knowledge base, the chatbot, will actually recommend that person talks to a human, and you can then go into the dashboard and you can have a look and see what questions people have been asking. So for example, I've set up this thing here. This is a chatbot. This is like an example client chatbot that I've set up. And if we ask, for example, do you offer wholesale discounts? You can see here, this question has actually already got it's given me an answer, but it's given me the email address and all sorts of extra information, right? But let's just go on to the website now. We're going to ask the Chat IQ bot, and we're going to say, like, how can I cancel my subscription? And you can see it's incredibly quick at giving a response. It can read the entire website in literally under 2 seconds. It's given me the information to how I can actually contact support. But if I want to, I also have the option to submit a support ticket. And by clicking this, I have multiple categories that I can select from. So say, for example, if I've got a product suggestion, I can give that information. Or if I have an issue with my account, I can fill out this information, give my name and my email address. Once I've done that, I can just basically give them more information on what my problem is, and I can upload a file. So a customer is now able to contact support directly within a conversation thread. So imagine, for example, they're trying to get an answer on their problem and they can't find that problem, they can't find a solution. They can now, in the chat, directly submit a support ticket. And this is what it looks like within the dashboard once you actually sign up, when you build your chatbot. So you can create multiple chatbots, and this is like your playground where you can customize the design, add your own logos, your own branding, your own colors, all sorts of things. But ticketing is an option that you can turn on or off. If you turn it on, you can see here you can actually submit a support ticket, and this is basically like a playground area where you can mess around with this. But what actually happens is a ticket will come in and it will actually categorize it as high, medium, or low priority underneath that specific chatbot. So for example, you can see here I did a test the other day. I did another video, but this is a test ticket somebody sent in. They want to cancel their subscription. The AI has compared this ticket with the knowledge that we've given our chatbot, right? It's taken all of this information here that it's trained on, and it's taken that ticket and it's basically plugged it into this and compared it to this information. And it said, look, as a business, with this knowledge that it has, the best thing for you to do is to really focus on this support ticket. It's a very high priority support ticket. It knows that obviously cancelling a subscription is a huge thing. That it could, if somebody doesn't get their subscription cancelled, they can dispute a payment, they can go and write bad reviews, and that can negatively impact your business. So it knows it's high priority. Now, what you can do is you can set up notification systems. So you now no longer need to focus on low priority support tickets. So if somebody's got a suggestion, it's not necessarily something you need to get to instantly. But if they've got a problem, they need a refund, that's a very high priority. And you can set up, for example, I only want to receive an email notification if I've received a high priority support ticket. And then what happens is, now you're getting a notification when a ticket comes through. You can see how long it's been since you've responded to that ticket. And what will happen is, once you actually close that ticket, it's going to rate your response time to slow, medium, and fast. So obviously, 1200 minutes is a very long time to respond to a ticket. So that's going to, be you want to improve that. And also you can see if somebody submitted multiple tickets, you can see how many tickets one user has submitted. You can track them all in one place. You can actually respond to that user's support ticket using an AI that can also read the data from your chatbot. And then from there you can send it directly out. And once you're done, you can then close that ticket. So there's a lot that you can do on the front end with customer-facing chatbots, but you can also build chatbots for your internal SOPs. So I'll just give you a quick example of that. If you come to your data feed, you can upload all types of data. You can upload PDF files, you can scrape your entire website, or just upload text files, and you can add them directly to a chatbot. But let's say, for example, you can see here I've got 6 different chatbots built. and each one is using a different amount of data, and I can decide what data that chatbot can reference. So if I want to, I can say, look, these files here are important for internal information, but I don't want my customers to be able to talk to this information. I don't want people on my website to talk to this data. I can now create whatever chatbot I want, and it's only going to reference these files. It's not going to reference anything else. And then I can choose where I embed this chatbot. So if I want to, I can just share this link for this chatbot to my Slack team or wherever I want to put it. I've either got internal, maybe I've got an internal dashboard that I'm using. I can embed it into that if I want to, using sort of the embed code, which will give us a widget that we can embed, or you can embed it in like a central iframe that'll look like this. So now within your business, you have basically a knowledge base that has an understanding of all of the information in your business. So for example, if you have SOPs where you're training up new employees, you can just give them a link to the chatbot and they can just ask it a question and it can give them the answer instantly. So you can train it on all sorts of different amounts of data. And the really cool thing is it caches data. So for example, if somebody's asked a question before and you want to make sure that you're getting snappy responses, it's just going to use that same response. So you're not constantly regenerating a response using an AI, and it's not constantly increasing your credits. It's not constantly costing you more. So once you've got this set up, you've basically got a chat that can learn from the conversation history. So it can learn from all the responses that it's getting. And if you decide that you don't like the responses, you can always adjust them. So really cool if you're building a custom chatbot for your business. Like I say, it's called chatiq.ai, and if you head to the website linked down below, you can actually get started for free. There's a 2-week free trial, and it'll basically allow you to build your own custom chatbots.